Whoa, where am I? There we are. All right. Thanks again for joining us tonight, Thursday evening. We've got a nice show around for you tonight. We have Brock Smith, who will be talking about destined for something greater.
Ooh.
And what that exactly is, we're going to find out. We also have Jen Leonard on here again, welcome favorite. And she's going to be talking about her latest project with Christopher Meyer. So we're looking forward to that. And Trish is here too. So we're happy to have her. We don't see enough of her, but she'll be working on Derby for the auction block. All that is happening right here. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thanks again for
Hi, everyone.
joining us. Happy holidays to everyone. Thanks for joining us, Kenneth. He's always the first one here in the comments. Happy to have you here all the time. We really cherish you. And look at that. They have already started.
So cute.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And we'll be talking about that very shortly. So, but if you haven't went yet, you know what I always ask? Hit that follow button. Help us increase our fellowship so that way we can continue to bring you wonderful shows like our show, Sketch Up, every Thursday at 7, and Nick Berrucci's The Original Art Show every Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, right? And there's always more shows that are happening throughout the week, and you'll want to keep up with that. Right? And plus, we're going into the new year, and we've got some exciting things that we're going to be talking about then. And eventually you'll hear about that. But the best way is to get those updates so that way you'll be in the know. All right. Since they've already started, let's see what we got on the auction block tonight. Trish, go ahead and show us what you have.
I'm drawing Derpy from K-pop Demon Hunters, but he's wearing a flower mane.
Yeah, okay.
His
And
thing was knocking over the flower.
Big. Normally she draws on a sketch cover, but she's doing this on a 9x12.
9x12 Bristol board. It'll be full color.
Full color.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you want something from Trish extra large, this is the night to get it. Special holiday treat that you're going to get there on a 9x12. Starting bid is $100. If you want to go ahead and start that off in the comments, go ahead. And if you are the winner tonight, you can have that as your Christmas present. And Jen, not to be left alone in the special holiday treatment.
Already done.
She has
already in the colors.
I had a couple of ideas. Do it.
Now, is this Robin?
No, this one is my original character, Cammy.
Okay, that's Cammy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so this is Jin's original character called Cammy, and it's about on a 7x10, which is about the size of a backing board. Starting bid on that is $85, and it's already colored. And you have a second piece that you wanted to kick in for tonight.
Yes, I'm going to be working on both of these. I had to do some watercolor background first, and I don't have a good setup for that with the camera.
Yep.
So I did start on Robin, and also got one.
Nice.
Yeah, she is a little bit smaller than the other one, but not by much. I don't know if you can
Not
see
by
that.
much. It's approximately the same size. Yeah, when I list these out, I always try to use that word approximate.
Yeah.
Some guys going to, hey, this thing is like 1/8 shorter than what you said it was going to be. So,
especially like if you we hand cut our papers, so it can never be like exact.
Yeah, not totally.
So yeah.
Hey, Mike, good to see you in the comments there. Thanks for dropping by tonight. And last but not least, we have Mog. Let's see if she has anything on
We just started. I'm not like.
What?
I'm the original.
Did you see what those guys have? They've got so much stuff on there already.
My challenge is to do it in 2 hours, okay? This is how
Does
it
Mog
was.
even have one line on the page?
Yes, I have some.
Okay, it's
okay,
further
but
along than I would have guessed.
All
I
right.
can barely see it. Good luck.
All right, here you go. Okay,
Good
you guys
luck
ready?
try and see it.
See if you can see anything.
I see big lines.
Maybe if I put a light behind there, if I can find a light.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. Just give up.
No, I gotta try. I want to see if this will actually work.
Oh, $85 already on the bid. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you,
okay.
Stevie.
Can you see that a little better?
No.
I see that the
No,
character is
okay.
holding. Are they holding a sword?
Yeah.
That's all I can see is like the hand and like the sword.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
All right,
See,
so
Trish is different because she's an artist.
all right, so we already have a bid from Stevie B, $85 on the cami for Jin, and Mog is actually working on a pirate Black Queen.
Yeah, but now I found out there's many Black Queens, but according to Mel, the original Black Queen is a black-haired lady called Celine. So the classic Black Queen,
Right,
the OG.
The one that John Byrne did back in the day. All right, and as usual, that's going to be starting at 200. Okay. Hello, Mike. Good to see you in there.
Hello.
Hey, you're one of the crazy cats as well. Okay. Okay, and last but not least, new to the show, we have Brock Smith.
Woo, Brock.
Hi, everyone.
Everybody,
Thanks for having me.
located. Where
I'm located in San Diego, California. I'm in Escondido.
Oh, okay, not too far away. What is your local comic book shop? Who do you go to?
That would be Nowhere Games and Comics here in San Marcos. Matthias passes on his regards to y'all, by the way.
Aw,
That was the whole.
pretty.
That was the whole reason why I asked you, because I knew you were going to say nowhere.
Yeah, he was excited to hear that I got to, be on the show with you guys, and so I told him I'd pass on his regards for him.
Yeah. Hopefully he's watching. Then he'll see he just got a plug right there. All right. So, how long have you been in the business so far?
I've been in it since about 2019. I started with a small startup company of a friend and came on as a writer, and then eventually decided to break away and start my own company. And since then, we've just been slowly developing and locking in our stories while simultaneously networking and building relations in the industry. So that way, when we are ready to start pulling triggers on bigger titles down the line, we have some people we can reach out to
Right.
that would be willing to do it.
Always important to network. So, are you the writer
Absolutely.
or the artist?
I'm the writer. I'm I'm our head writer for the company, and I do sales, and I was the founder. Yeah.
Well, what is the name of your company?
So our company is Bad Bunker, as you see kind of on my shirt as well as in my Instagram handle. And we've been around as this company for about a year now. We were previously Z-Rock Comics and decided to do a little rebrand and have some more fun with it. Gave us a little more flexibility to tell the different kind of stories we wanted to. So that's us.
All right. So, why did you choose that name, Bad Bunker? I'm kind of curious.
As a writer, I really like the alliteration, and part of it is also I'm from Indiana, and my editor is too, and he knows I would never move back there. However, he found this bunker that got turned into a house, and he said, when we have enough money as a company, let's buy one of these and make it like our creative headquarters. And so it's kind of our pipe dream to do that, but we want to keep that alive within our name.
Okay. Interesting. And what kind of stories do you like to write?
I love writing mythology stories personally, are my big favorites. Last year we released our first title, The Ferryman, which you can actually get at Nowhere Games and Comics, as well as Comic Stronghold in Oceanside as well. And you can always reach out to me if you're curious for more, but this is my Greek mythology story that follows Charon from Greek mythology through the eyes of a deceased Athenian soldier. And we are working on issue 2. It's in the first round of edits before it goes to art. We'll be kickstarting that next year. And I also write superhero stories. I wrote my own San Diego superhero story that will be kickstarting early next year.
Okay, all right, interesting. Um, how many uh, how many books or titles have you got out already under Bad Bunker?
So right now, the one you mentioned earlier, Destined for Something Greater, is our second official title. Our third one is going to be Pain. That is, as I mentioned, my San Diego superhero story. We're getting ready to kickstart that at the beginning of 2026, probably in February or March is what I'm projecting right now.
All right, so tell us about this book that you're putting out now.
The one that we're putting out now, the Destined for Something Greater, the one we just kickstarted. Yeah, that's this really awesome macabre fantasy story that explores a world that's ravaged by war between humans and centaurs, and it's very Game of Thronesy. And what happens is in the end of the first issue, or toward somewhere in the first issue, a centaur and a human are forced to like fight together and work together, and they realize some of their goals align. As much as they don't want to work together, they realize they have to. So it's very dark and gritty and magical. I'm really excited to share that with you. And that one is done by our good friend Ruben O'Neill, who is local to Escondido, San Marcos area as well.
He's the artist.
He's the writer for that one.
Oh, he's the writer for that one.
For
Okay.
Destined for Something Greater, yes.
All right.
And so that I believe he's planning on being a 6 or 7 issue story.
Okay. So you're not writing all the books under Bad Bunker, but you are. So you are going to be more of a publishing company.
Yes, that is correct. We are an indie publishing company.
Okay, interesting. And how have you decided to get your books out there?
We do ours mainly our publishing through Kickstarters, like our printing, like to raise the funds. And we found doing the crowdfunding allows us to have that more direct connection to our consumers and our fans and people who want to read our stories. And then from there, our goal is to make sure we can uh, fulfill the Kickstarter, and then B, have a little bit to get some stories to other stores as well that might be interested and sell at events and things like that.
It's kind of nice that Matthias is there, and he's very open to the indie comics industry.
Yeah.
Have you found,
Mhm.
and there is quite a bit of comic book stores, kind of, within
Not as much.
well, from Escondido, there's actually quite a few comic book stores that you could get to fairly
Mhm.
easily, right? Within a
Yes.
1 2 hour drive. Okay, there's
Yes.
a lot. Okay, have you tried reaching out to others as well there, or have they been receptive?
We've reached out to a few. We have not had too many responses just yet. A big challenge was as we were starting to make the shift towards stores. A lot of other, like DC did their big Absolute launch, and a lot of people were really excited for that. And so we're working on, just being different. And so we do have plans to do some expansion into some other stores, hopefully in the first quarter, second quarter of this next year. And then on our Kickstarters, we do offer a retailer tier where you
Mhm.
can get a certain amount for a discount, and then, things like that, and we'll ship it to
Right,
you.
sure.
And yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it's always nice to offer a retail package. I
Mhm.
don't really see too many retailers taking advantage of it. But I always tell everybody that you should have it in there. It's great
Mhm.
to talk about, like when you're doing your promoting, especially if you're doing it like face to face. If you're doing shows like San Diego or whatever, do you do a lot of shows, or are you just staying local?
We have done local shows. Every year we do WonderCon Anaheim, which is coming up in March, and we do San Diego Comic-Con. And
Mhm.
then I like to try and go to different small events. A lot of people and breweries down in this area like to do art shows and things like that. So I just try and get out there wherever I can and get that exposure and just share the love of what I do.
Okay. And how's your Kickstarter doing right now? How many days do you have left?
So that Kickstarter, actually, we funded that not too long ago. That did wrap up and we did fulfill that.
Oh, okay.
So we did fund that. Our fulfillment is projected for early 2026 is when we should be shipping out some books and getting
Okay.
that to everyone.
Are you having that printed uh, here in the States, or are you going outside?
Oh, we'll probably do it in the States to keep it as cost efficient as possible while still finding a good quality printer. So we'll see what we decide to do for that one, but we'll probably keep it domestic.
Did your Kickstarter have anything uh, interesting or special to offer to try and
Yeah.
lure people in there?
So what was really cool about it was Ruben actually is a voice actor for Crunchyroll as well as a published poet.
Hmm.
So some of the tiers we did were, X tier. One was called the Whispering Ward, where you'd connect with him and give him a quick theme, and he'll write a custom poem about you. And we also had one where, since he's a voice actor, kind of similar idea, and you'll get on the phone with him or he'll send you a sample of the voices he does. You pick a voice and he'll leave a custom message for you that you can use for whatever. And
Oh,
one of the
okay.
really cool ones we did was because the back half of the book is almost now done with art, and in that that final round of edits. But we did a thing called The Conjuring to kind of keep with that fantasy theme, and it
Mhm.
allowed up to 5 people to be drawn into the story. So that was a really fun thing we did, and that helped out a lot too.
Mm. So, what do you think was some of the hardest things that you had to do in trying to get this, or the challenges for you to do a Kickstarter, get the backers, and maintain them to keep on going from like book to book?
hmm First and foremost, you got to catch the eye. You got to have something that makes people interested and want to click on your story, obviously, with the Kickstarter. Um, Second of all, you got to make sure your campaign page is engaging. You want to give that preview and a little bit of details. But I think the hardest part was both finding the balance of being consistent in everything I was doing, while at the same time, um, how do I want to word this? There was a lot of learning objectives. Learning the system was kind of tricky at first, and then once we got the hang of it, it really worked out. But yeah, it was really just making sure we were checking everything with it as often as possible, like it was our second email or our text messages, to make sure we're not missing questions, comments, concerns, anything of that nature. Um, and then just ensuring that our book was ready. There's that nervous part of you that is hesitant to really get your project out for that first time. It's your baby. And so I think that was a big challenge for me
What did you
was
do with that being a challenge, right? Because that's a concern that a lot of people have. Is like
Mhm.
you're putting something up for the very first time, and a lot of them don't have a built a customer base, right? So they're starting from scratch, right?
Yeah.
Uh, how did you take on that challenge?
That's a really good question. I honestly sold myself and my passion for what I do and the content of the story. Um, I remember when I was a kid, I drew comics with my friends in class. We made up our own characters and things like that. And then as I got older, I grew this affinity for Greek mythology and I've played all the God of War games. I've read I have like 3 different versions of all the myths leatherbound, um and I just loved it. And then I had a friend in middle school who gave me my first set of comics because his dad has a closet full of just long boxes on long boxes. So for years they would just give me like a sleeve just stuffed with them, and that was really like where it all started. And it was just game over from there in the best kind of way. So I love to write. I love Greek mythology, and yes, I do want to find success, but more so, I just want to share the stories, that make me happy. And if they vibe with you, then fantastic. And if not, that's okay. But we're all comic nerds
Do
here,
you
and that's
remember
why we're here.
Do you remember that first comic book you read? How did that start for you?
Yeah. So the first one that I remember being in that first pack he gave me was I think on the cover it was a Transformers book that featured Black Suit Spider-Man like right after he got it, and it
Yeah,
was
okay.
really cool. And then there was also like Batman in Russia fighting, I don't think it was KG Beast, but it was really cool. And then the first comic I officially like owned that I got my mom to buy me, so it was Nightfall, actually, Batman Nightfall. And
Okay.
so what happened was my mom was a big reader. She dragged us to Barnes and Noble. One day I found a Batman book. It was a novelization of Nightfall, and
Okay.
Christian Bale was on the cover as Batman because Begins had just come out. So
Yeah.
I read it, I ate it up, and on the very back cover, right, the back interior cover was like, it just said, "Enjoyed the novel, check out the graphic novels it was based off," and it had all the covers. I just remember running to my mom, screaming at the top of my head, "Mom, I need these! I need these! Like, I want to read these!" And she just said, "I don't care what it is, as long as you're reading." And so we went to Barnes and Noble and we bought them. I must have been 12 or 13, not even that, probably 10 or 11. But
Nice.
all she cared about was that I read.
Yeah.
And now I prefer, comics and Audible, but not including comics and graphic novels. I mean, I average 20 to 30 books a year. And then you factor in the comics I read, and that all started, you know, just with some simple fun, and a Batman book.
So now that yeah, and it's cool because the parents here, sure, they want us to read. They feel like it's a good way if you can get the kids to read, they could get more educated. They'll be more interested in doing homework and all that, right? So and you
Mhm.
grew up with that, reading the comics, and it's nice that your mom was encouraging to read. And now you're a
Absolutely.
grown man, you're doing comics. Does she like what you're
Yes,
doing?
sir. I absolutely love it. It means the
So does
world to
she
me.
like what you're doing? Does she like what you're
What's it
doing?
feel like?
No,
Oh
does
man.
your mom like
Oh,
what you're doing?
oh
Does your
yeah, my
mom?
mom loves it. My mom is so hyped. I remind her all the time. I'm like, "Mom, this started because you dragged me through a Barnes and Noble door one too many times." And then my buddy Jesse gave me a comic book. Those are the 2 biggest factors that led to this. And she's just happy that I am doing what I love. And she's happy that I have friends and a good network that support me in doing it, through the good and the bad.
Mhm.
Um, and she's just glad I get to share what I love. And I can't appreciate her more for helping set me on this path.
Cool. Yeah, not all of us are lucky. It took time for my parents to appreciate me getting into comics.
Mhm.
They wanted to see if I could actually make a living. So I had to prove that first, and I was glad I was able to do that, so that way
Heck,
they
I'm
would
still proving that.
be happy about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all too familiar. My dad's first question was, "How lucrative is it?" Because my dad always wanted me to be like a businessman and a salesman. Well, look at me now, Dad. Like, now I'm just doing it how I want to do it. So,
Yeah, I
you
think
know, it's
it's
fun. Yeah,
I think
they're
it's kind of like
happy.
changing. Parents, before wanted you to be financially successful. But I'm seeing more now. It's they want you to be happy, right? Whatever it is that you do. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because money isn't gonna buy happiness, and we've seen that like many many times. But here we are as artists, creatives, kind of struggling still. Turn that dollar.
But look at the smiles on our faces, right?
That's
Smile on our faces, all the wrinkles under my eyes, all the luggage from no sleep.
right.
Here's the progress.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
I love Derpy. I love the color, blue colors, so beautiful.
We're moving forward.
It really makes me want a derpy with a Bob Ross afro.
Right? It'd be so great. I was kind of gonna play on the Lion King with this one. You know how Simba has like the leaves as the main for like that one song. That's kind of what I wanted to do with this one because he's like, obsessed with the plants.
My first thought when you showed the initial part or the initial sketch of it or an outline was I thought you were going to turn him into a dandelion. And so that's kind of where my brain started to go.
Yes. I'm gonna zhuzh it up here. I'm gonna get my colors ready. But yeah, I drew this the other night on my iPad and I was like, I think I want to do it up big. So I ended up that's where we are.
okay. I'm just kind of curious, Trish. Why did you decide to do it on an art sheet instead of a sketch cover like you normally do?
I didn't really have a cover that kind of fit it. I mean, I could have fit it on a Lion King blank, but then I was kind of like, I don't really have like a blank that I could fit it on.
Oh, okay.
That would be okay for K-pop Demon Hunters Tiger.
Okay.
So I have like 3 or 4 in this band.
I don't know what.
Maybe on a pharaoh.
What's that?
Yeah, I mean, I could fit it on a Pharaoh. I've done several derpy pieces on Pharaoh blanks at Baltimore Comic Con. I did a bunch. People were like obsessed, which I love that for me because he's my favorite little guy. So he's my favorite.
So many people doing derpies, like at the con now.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Do you even know it's a blue tiger, Mel?
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
If you know me, I don't draw people that well, but I do draw me a chibi or two. So I've drawn the girls, and now I'm drawing the guys. They're all little chibi dudes, and I'm like, that's great. That's great for me anyway, because it allows me to draw something other than the cats, because we're coming up on issue 20 of Feral, and I mean, I just turned those pages in, so we're done like on that, which is fantastic. That 4th arc in the books. We're preparing for Stray Dog's 5th anniversary. And
yeah, you guys are moving fast on those books.
5th anniversary.
Yep. Yeah. And Feral's been coming out for 2 years now. I'm pretty proud of the timeline we've been able to keep, even though the bags under my eyes beg to differ.
That's what I'm talking about, especially with the schedule that Tony has.
He's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy schedule.
He's a lunatic.
But it's great. You don't live long. You need to rest. Yeah.
He does so much, anyway, and I'm like so proud of him.
Look at so you get a little bit idea of where Mog is going with this piece.
Beautiful.
There you go.
They can't see.
Awesome.
They saw it. All right. So there we have. You just came from. Did you just come from Galaxy Con, Trish?
No, I didn't go to Galaxy Con. My last show of the year, actually, I'm going down to Ocean City, Maryland to go to Ocean City Comic Con. It's my favorite little show. It's like a kind of localish, and then my mom lives down that way, so I get to visit her, and hang out for a bit, and chill with my sister, and it's pretty good down there. It's a little cold to go to Ocean City, Maryland, but
Oh yeah, you want to go down there, spend the holidays with them, spend some time down there. Are you going to stay down there till Christmas?
Oh no, I've got. As soon as I come back, I'm sure we'll be working on stuff for the next arc of Feral and Stray Dogs. We're we got to keep moving on that. We've got a lot planned. Oh, I think I can show you this.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to show you this. Hang on.
All right.
Stand by. Coming next year, I'm working on something that isn't digital.
Whoa.
It's a feral plush.
Oh,
Did you make it?
I designed it. Of course, I'm having it manufactured overseas.
Wow.
Oh my god. So cute. Look at the expression. It's so
that
sad.
is so cool.
Yes, I love a plush toy. So we're, you know,
Oh.
I've been wanting to do them, right? Like you see back here on my shelf, I've got the
That's
stray
it,
dogs
yeah.
ones, right? But
Yeah.
like Dynamite was handling those for us, and they haven't been out. So we're like, well, I'm gonna handle this, and so it's being distributed by our friends at Third Eye Comics, local
Uh-huh.
to me. And then Tony and I will have a very few that we will bring to shows with us. But they're very firm, they're very well made, very well constructed. And yeah, so if this does well, I'll do more. But if I'm doing it myself and paying for it myself and having it all done myself, so I got to do one at a time.
All right. So yeah. All right. It's all yours. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah,
that's
she's
pretty.
beautiful.
I think that's going to take off. As good as that series is, how can you not?
And Farrell's only getting crazier. I mean, like I'm drawing the craziest stuff I've drawn in 20 issues. I mean,
What?
we've never. I don't think I imagine we would make it 20 issues. I don't know if that's like good or bad for me or not.
That's
But
a good- yeah.
it's
That's a
great
good one.
because we thought people would lose interest in it by now.
Well, it's basically like I see it. It's like Walking Dead, but instead of humans, you put the animals, the kitties,
Yes.
and it's
And we've
all
got
like
got a lot of different animals now too, like bears and those are fun to draw. Like getting to draw all the different animals and different styles and seeing how I can adapt to that is so good. It's so good.
I think the timing is great for these animal like pet stories because we in our society now we've accepted them a whole lot more than we've ever did before.
Mhm.
We see so many like TikTok short videos on just animals that are out there in nature with so many different various people around the world, and we have so many pet stories now coming up in comics and in other novels too. So yeah, the timing is there. The timing is right. Yeah, you got a good thing going on there. Is working on that
Beautiful.
snowman. The carrot, I must say, is well done.
Thank you.
And Jen, you have what's your upcoming project?
Well, Chris from Bridgeport and I have actually been working on this idea for a story for probably close to 2 years. We just kind of shot some goofy scenarios back and forth to each other.
Uh-huh.
And we finally settled on one that we really liked, and we kind of morphed it and played with it some more, and it's turned into quite a little adventure. But it's going to be featuring his main character, Bianca, the vampire, and then it's got my character, Lexi, that everybody sees on my stuff with the purple hair, and it's got kind of a Betty and Veronica feel meets like Sabrina.
Okay.
So it's made for all ages.
Uh-huh.
And you guys are talking about animals. There are cats, there are bats, there are all kinds of stuff in this book. So
Wow.
that should be coming out sometime next year. And I haven't revealed all of it, neither has Chris, but we do have a cover from Mike DeBalfo on this, and Chuck Michael Obick colored it for us. And then I've got some that I've done with CC, and then his interior artist that usually works on Bridgeport books, Avie. She's actually doing the interiors, and I've been seeing these pages coming in daily, and they are just absolutely adorable. Like, I'm loving everything about them.
So how much of this have you got done already?
It's almost done.
Oh wow! And
Yeah,
when
we've got
are you
most of.
expecting the launch?
He's got the Vampire Bloodlines issue number 9 launching probably sometime in like January or February next year.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that's done, we're going to try to hopefully launch the new one at Supernatural Hijinks. So
Okay. So that you're looking at maybe like around March or April. If I'm
Possibly. I know we've kind of kept AB busy, and I'm
Mhm.
surprised she can crank out as much as she does as quickly as she does. And she's capturing some of the cutest expressions I've seen on some of these characters, so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, all right. So I've kind of like booked the first quarter. So maybe later on DM me and then maybe we can like schedule to have a date for you guys to all come on to talk about that project. That would be
That would
cool.
be great. I know we're
Yeah.
talking to Ivy Cosplay to hopefully do some covers for us too. So we've got a handful of people we're still reaching out to.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, you got to get the ball rolling early so that we, when you do start, you have all that can come into play to help promote and push that out there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anything that you can show us now or not yet?
Unfortunately, the only thing I've got is that one ad page that I made last last night because honestly somebody has bought the original art for my cover on the book,
Yeah.
and I don't have any actual hardcovers of
Okay.
anything. Everything's digitally right now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Still pretty early. Still got a lot of time, and we can definitely talk more and about it and bring all you guys on here to promote that as well. Yeah. Are you going? There's let's see. There was a Tennessee show that was coming up. Do you know anything about that? Were you going to attend that one?
I haven't heard anything about it, but we're probably not going to be doing any shows for a while again because Ryan just had to have emergency surgery last week, so we're kind of at a standstill again.
Is he still in, or is he home now?
Um, no, he's back home and everything. It's got him feeling pretty rough. They had to basically from all the chemo and radiation that he was going through, they had to remove part of his liver. And it was one of those they didn't know they were going to have to do it until the last minute, so he kind of rushed in to get it done, and so he's feeling kind of rough. So
Yeah. Okay.
we just want to make sure he's back to being all right before we start scheduling stuff again.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's a good thing to do. Glad to hear that he came out of that, and we'll continue to pray for you and Ryan. They're the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No worries. Okay. Yeah, we hope he recovers quickly too. Mike, thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right. So Brock, what have you got anything special happening for the new year or any holiday plans?
No, I don't have anything too crazy going on personally. My family's all in Indiana. And it's really expensive right now to be traveling. So, I made sure I actually just talked to my mom today and we're planning to, all get on the phone and chat, right around the holiday. And then I usually just take the time to kind of reset and catch up on anything I need to, either around the house or work. That's just what I do. But we have that Kickstarter where we are launching in early 2026. So realistically, I'll probably be putting in some work on that and making sure that's ready to go, lined up, and all set. So.
All right, and God, I think I forgot to mention this to everybody. If you have any you want to share, post those in the private chat, and we'll get it out there in the regular comments so that everybody can like check that out from you guys,
Definitely.
especially if you have any like campaigns going on there, right? So yeah, all right. Our holiday plans pretty simple. We're keeping it light, pretty much for this year. I've got my son coming over, and then Pong Pong, who you guys have seen. Well, you haven't seen her on here for a while, but she'll be joining us for our Christmas dinner, right? So if you guys got anything going, let's hear your plans in the comments, and let's see what all you guys are up to.
We're taking the show off New Year's Day, right?
Yeah, we won't be here Christmas Day and New Year's Day.
Okay, good, because there was one
back
person who was crazy
January
thought we would
8th.
do a show New Year's Day.
Yeah. January 8th, we'll be back. That'll be the start of our 4th year of SketchUp for the show. So we're pretty happy with that. and I'm trying to have something special happening on that date, and it's not coming around to what I had hoped. Might have to do something a little bit different, but I'm still planning to make it a special show. So stay tuned.
My birthday is right after the first of the year. So
Really?
I'm making that a whole weekend.
January
So-
2nd now. It's
My
right
birthday
after-
is January 3rd.
Oh, January 3rd.
Okay. Well, you definitely got me beat because mine is January 10th, and I usually celebrate the whole month.
My twin. Well, I have a twin sister too, and so my twin
Oh.
sister and I, last year we went out and we got a tomahawk steak at this really fancy restaurant, and I was like, listen, we're gonna do it up big this year because I have never done my birthday like huge, and so I'm like, let's go, and the chef prepared this massive steak and brings it out. It's beautiful. The whole thing was great. They brought us some free desserts. I'm like, yes, this place is great. Most expensive meal I've ever had, but it was worth every penny.
I'm thinking about buying a tomahawk steak. There is a local butchery here that's been around for a long time, and thinking about buying one of those, but
They're so
that's
good.
a lot for us to eat. So, but,
If you have to prepare it correctly, right? Because I think I had to order, like I pre-ordered this thing. I was planning this for a while. So I pre-ordered with them, with the restaurants, that they had time to like prepare it. It was
Yeah, tomahawks are real hard to cook.
it took like 45 minutes or something for them to cook this thing. And
yeah,
it was like a
because it's so thick,
3-pound
it's
steak
bony.
with a massive bone. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm planning to cook it myself.
So
Yeah,
how do you
it's
cook-
a long, hard cook, Mel.
Is it
Right.
like in an oven? Is oven the best way?
I mean,
How would you
it's
cook
like a
it, Kyle?
giant ribeye,
them.
right? I mean,
I
I would sear it. I'd like mark it up and sear both sides, and then I'd pop it in the oven.
I was
yeah, I'm
thinking
pretty
about
sure that's
grilling
how
it.
they do it.
That's what I would.
Yeah.
I work in a private kitchen, so I haven't had to do a tomahawk, but that's probably what I would do if I had to.
See, people who know how to cook food, they are my favorite people.
Oh, well, I'm happy that we have that connection now.
Yeah. So Brock and Trish, favorite people, probably Jen too. You can Jen cook.
So
But,
when I've cooked them, Mel, the key is to cook them low over open fire on the grate. So
okay.
they take forever, but otherwise you burn the outside because the insides take so long to get done.
Yeah.
Like if you try and do hot and fast like you do a normal ribeye at 400 degrees for 4 minutes, you're going to wind up with the steak still mooing. So,
Mhm.
you know,
Low and slow.
real
It's
low.
always good. And that's exactly what I was thinking. If I do it in the grill, I'm going to cook it on high, both sides to kind of like sear it, and then just keep it low and cook it for, I don't know, maybe 2.5 hours or so.
Mhm.
Because that bone in there is what you want to try and bring the temperature up on.
So
Mhm.
the last one I did 2 hours low open, and then for the last 5 minutes in a cast iron skillet with butter.
You got a cast iron
Yeah.
that big?
You know, I
Mhm.
agree with Kyle because as my other side hobby, I like to read food science, and like recently they're doing a lot of articles about it where instead of always like doing it on a high heat and searing it, the best way is actually it turns out you do low heat and then you sear it at the end. So
Mm.
kind of like what Kyle just said, he does very low heat, about 2 whatever hours, and at the end when you want that sear, after it cools down, then you char it when you serve, like when you're ready to serve, you char it.
Mm-hmm.
Then it looks perfect, and the integrity of the meat is like perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what I've been reading. So
Okay. I'm gonna.
All I know is it was the best steak I ever had. It's so good.
yeah, you know, your twin, does she also have an artistic skill because twins?
No. She's like the exact opposite of me. So like if you put us side by side, we don't even look related. We're like that.
Wow.
We're those kind of twins.
Is it the what's it called? Paternal? Paternal
Yeah,
is the
we're fraternal twins. She's great. She's very supportive. She comes with me to like the local shows. So like if she
Yeah.
won't come to, although she won't come to Baltimore. That's too big for her. She can't deal with the crowd. But like if I go to Pittsburgh, there's a show in Pittsburgh, Three Rivers Con, or Harrisburg, there's a smaller show there. She goes with me to those. Mostly because I don't like driving by myself. Baltimore's not. I'm never gonna be alone at Baltimore. But up in, a 4-hour drive to Pittsburgh is kind of, a long time to be in a car by yourself. So, so she comes along with me. She's very supportive of the craft. She just doesn't participate. I made her read Stray Dogs and she punched me in the face. So it was,
wow. She punched you in the face.
well, we're sisters, so it's okay. I let that slide. But I did make her cry. So
she punched you because it was a sad story?
yeah, because Stray Dogs is kind of a sad story. Yeah.
It's fucking depressing. It's traumatizing, that story.
Yeah, Stray Dogs is gonna be. I mean, it's it's where I got my start, and it'll be the best thing I've ever done for my entire career, I'm sure. Although Farrell is coming up there, man. Farrell is.
I don't know.
I know you got two books that you're working on. They're doing great.
There's nothing more perfect than like a label like walking victim as a dog. The dogs have this persona that's so innocent and so like pure. The victim label is just so hard to pass off as a writer. You just want to use it,
I mean, it's kind of like, everybody was talking about it when it first came out, and we were like, well, it is kind of like cheating, because we wanted to get people's feelings right away. And it's like, oh, well, who doesn't love their dog? Like,
Sucker
we
punch.
just seized that right away. And then, of course, but we had to be very careful because of how people feel about their dogs. You have to be respectful and know that I think that people treat cats and dogs differently too.
They do.
So like the way we tell the cat story, which is, very, like you said, Walking Dead meets like the Aristocats here.
Yeah.
It's very sweet or not sweet anymore, but we were trying to do it like Stray Dogs, and people weren't really grabbing it because people treat cats differently than they do dogs. Like cats are kind of, they're slick, they're smart, they're conniving, they have feelings, they hold grudges. Our dogs are just sweet, innocent dum-dums. We love them.
They're basically angels.
Yeah.
And the angels and the cats are like little devils. So
the cats are more human.
Yeah, you can't play the sympathy card with cats. It doesn't really work well. It has to be almost like with cats. You gotta treat them like you say human, like a human drama. Maybe more like achievement oriented. Maybe like the goal is like an achievement thing, like accomplishment. Where dogs are like all about survival because you're worried about survival.
But that's why Farrell's working so good right now because if you're treating cats like achievement, unlock. We've got each arc being a specific like archetype of zombie story. And so, you have to get from point A to point B. Are you safe? Are you safe? No. Next arc. Different trope, different set of goals, Are you safe yet? No. Next trope, So, but we're going someplace in this 5th arc that nobody's going to see coming, and it's just going to blow everyone away, I think. I'm excited for it. And if I'm excited for it, I think I can get other people on board.
You know what's also interesting? Segueing from that, the principle of storytelling. I noticed because I was reading like a male, I don't know how to say it in English. I know in Japanese they say shonen and shoujo. So shonen is like for male audience, and then shoujo is for female audience. But there's a distinct difference in their goal. So when it comes to male storytelling and shonens, like superhero, whatever, it's all about like the cats in a way. Achievement, leveling up. It's about accomplishing something. Like the superhero, the guy, it's like level up, accomplish, obstacle, accomplish. It's always about attaining. It's very aggressive. It's like an up thing. But the female is once you attain that, whatever the love, right? It's about defending. So you defend a lot. It's like it's all defensive. It's like protecting. Like I got this now, so now I have to fight against this girl or that girl or whatever to keep this thing going on. So that I found very interesting. I don't know.
Well, Tony's the writer. I don't know if that does anything for anyone's brain, but Tony is writing all kinds of stuff right now. And
Yeah.
I think that, Farrell is kind of like the most messed up. Like, I actually had to check on him this last script. I was like, you okay, buddy? I don't know how you want me to draw this scene, but I hope you're all right. He's got me drawing some messed up stuff in that one. But it's actually kind of good, like it shows too the evolution of my process. Because I was really not comfortable with like gory zombie stuff, like at the beginning of Feral. But if you see it now, like 20 issues later, 2 years into drawing this book, I'm like, oh, you need more guts? Oh, you need more entrails here? Sure. Let's do it.
No problem.
No problem.
Pull them right out.
Yep. We'll just make this a big mess.
It's like
okay.
what Dante's Inferno. You just go into the 7 depths of hell. It just gets worse and worse. There's no silver
Yeah, I think
light.
I'm on level 5 right now. We're just kind of like right there. So he's, every time he says something like, every time he says like, we gotta make it more dramatic or whatever, like something like that. It's like, oh, okay, that means somebody's dying soon or whatever. So I gotta make people feel extra bad for these guys. But we're doing some good stuff with this book, and he told me what the 5th arc is gonna be, and we just did all the cover brainstorming and stuff like that, and it's just going crazy.
Back to Brock.
How far do you plan out your stories, Brock?
Yeah.
Are you going up?
Sorry, what was that?
How
far do you plan out your stories?
Yeah, do you go like 5-10 issues out?
It kind of just depends. So for example, the Ferryman, which is one of the main 2 I'm working on right now. I originally wanted that to be 12 issues because there's a lot of cool stuff in Greek mythology to play with. And then as I was writing the overall outline, I realized I can condense, and I'd rather write a shorter, more concise, better done story than like a bigger, like, okay, exciting story. So we cut that one down to 8 issues and are deciding it's going to be 2 volumes, which is going to be really fun. 2 volumes of 8 issues total for a total of 16. It kind of depends on the story for me. So for example, when I wrote Pain, my San Diego superhero one that we're kickstarting, that one I just wrote out on a Word document like it was an essay. And then once I got it all out of my system, I went back and I kind of just reread it. And I was like, okay, this is a really cool stopping point. Here's a real, like, that's an issue. That's an issue. That's an issue. And then my editor will come in and say, hey, let's extend this and do this many, or let's condense that. I have one other story that I know for a fact I want to be like a trade, like a one-off trade. So it really varies depending on the story, to be honest.
Have you ever had an editor like you thought, oh my god, this is the dopest freaking thing, and then you're so passionate, like you said, and you write an essay thing, and then you show it. Did they have an experience where they say, this is so cheesy, man, like you gotta, it's not gonna work. Have you ever had that?
Yeah, actually, that's part of why I love my editor, Christian. we've known each other for a while, and that's part of why he's my editor. Is he can be bluntly honest with me, and I know it. Like he knows how to. Part of it is he knows how to deliver it to me, like or express that fear, that emotion, or whatever. So I mean, he's not afraid to say, "Hey, that idea sucks. Let's rewrite it or take it back to the drawing board." And I think it's really, and he's really good at also reading me as a person too, right? So like if there's something that he's like, hey, this has to be reworked, if I'm in like a mood, he'll understand and be like, hey, let's revisit this. But if it's just kind of like an average day and we're chatting and stuff, he'll straight up just be like, yo, this thing sucks. We got to redo this. We got to rework that or whatever. Or, but it's great because we need that as writers from a writing standpoint. We get so in our heads and excited about this story being so cool.
Coming along. Yeah.
But we get so excited and we think, I know earlier I was talking about being nervous about finally, sharing the story.
Yeah.
But there's also the point where you're like, oh, this is the best story ever. I've worked so hard on it and blah, blah, blah. It's humbling and it's really good and important to have that person and that editor who's not afraid to say, hey, we need to revisit X, Y, or Z, and enhance it or even remove or whatever we got to do. So
okay. So it sounds like to me, he never really completely said, you should forget this whole thing. It's just he would say, this part is good, but maybe the rest,
Oh, he's definitely shot down other ideas for sure.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I've tried to vigorously defend them, but yeah, he's definitely straight up shot ideas down for sure.
But
My
did you ever
one-
re- Oh, go ahead.
My one foray into writing, Stray Dogs Dog Days, there's a story about the Malamute. And Tony was like, okay, well, you can write this one. So I did, right? And I said, how long does it have to be? And he was like, 8 pages. I've never written a comic before. 8 pages in a comic is like 1 page in Microsoft Word. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, I sent him a whole essay. Here's 8 entire pages. And he's like, this is like 3 books. What the hell?
I'm very lucky with the way my brain works.
I want to read that, by the way.
You know what though? It was a lot. It was a story I came up with that I thought, and it was kind of like based on some real life, and then I threw in some like embellishment. But the parts where he cut, I was like, because he went in there with his editor brain and just chopped out everything that I said, no, that's integral. You can't do that. He is like, it's too much. How are we supposed to draw this? So yeah, it was ridiculous. But he chopped it down to I think it was maybe 4 pages in Word after he was done, slicing it up and making it look like an actual script. I was like, wow, I can't imagine. I've never written anything before. And it was, so I can't imagine, I did what you did. Like you said, you typed everything in Word, like an essay, like da-da-da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. And then he came in and he said, well, this would have been like an entire issue. Like, what are you doing?
The other cool thing about my writing process is I don't claim to be like an artist, but I think in pictures. So part of my process is I will do very basic storyboards. And they are no longer stick figures. I'm very proud to announce that. But I like to, yeah, they started there, and thankfully my artist Zen Snowden has been patient enough with me to grow in interpreting my drawings as my art has grown. But sometimes what I've evolved to doing is I'll do a treatment, like a 1-page treatment of the issue that I want to work on. And then I go and I will actually do the base storyboards to help me with the flow of the story. And then I'll go back and I'll actually do the script last, usually, which is kind of backwards, but it works for me and my team. So
it's not unusual.
He really works like an artist then.
right?
He just does like a storyboard, and then
Yeah.
the writing is done at the end.
Well, because you want to know where you're going.
Yeah.
So sometimes people will do that. They'll start from the end. Okay, this is where I need to go. All right, and they know where they're starting from, and then they'll work
No,
backwards.
I don't think he said he starts
Like
from the end.
animating, you know, where
No,
you've
but-
got keyframes, and so you want your page turns to be like your keyframes, and
Mhm.
you need to figure out the in between. How do you get from the top of the page to the bottom of the page?
Yeah.
But that's how we work. That's how Stray Dogs and Feral work. We work like an animation team.
Oh,
Story, like we basically, like Tony gives us these tiny little thumbnails that are like that big, and we make them into, you know, Tone does his layouts and I
The
do,
big ones.
you know, yeah, we make it into the book. So yeah, Tony gives us a really good outline. So what you're talking about, like your process, isn't uncommon. That's how we work.
Yeah, see.
I don't know. That's kind of.
I guess it-
uncommon in
No,
my-
no, no. If you talk to like a lot of other people that create, right, you'll hear this quite often. It's not uncommon at all. Anyway, Stevie B is asking, Jen, how are editorial duties split when working on the project with Christopher? Is there a third party or a rented editor involved?
He actually has an editor who does all of his Vampire Bloodline books. It's Tara S. And she's been going over stuff for us and doing edits on those too. So I lucked out and had basically all of the Vampire Bloodline guys helping out on this one to get the story done.
And is it complicated for you to work in that kind of a process, or is it fairly easy?
No, Chris and I have been working together for, what is it, since like 2019, I believe it is. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, so we've got a really good connection with the way we can communicate with each other, and then he's
Right, you
developed
guys
a good
understand
connection
now,
with everybody else.
each other and
Mhm.
how you work, so it makes it a whole lot easier.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can tell you with Mog and I, right, and it's not quite like an editor artist kind of like a relationship, right? For us, it hasn't been easy. It's gotten easier through the time, and we're probably kind of like at one of our best phases now. But sometimes it does take a long time. It's not easy to develop that kind of a relationship. If Mog and I did not have
Did not sleep with each other, we would have been.
we
not
probably
working.
wouldn't be working with each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, that's pretty much. He's saying it a nice way, but that's like what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flip
But
that.
I realize that's where, even though we can be the best relationship as a couple, sometimes like communication, there really is somebody you can say the same thing. We're seeing the same thing. We're talking about the same thing, but we have complete miscommunication because the way we think is different. And
Yeah.
and I noticed if you want to work as a team, like the other partner that you're going to work with, he better
Mhm.
speak, or he or she better speak your language.
Yeah,
It
I'll be
doesn't work.
honest, Ryan and I have actually worked on the main character that I've worked on for, gosh, 20 something years. Pam Way, she's introduced in my beginnings book that I've got on my website. And I came up with the character idea back when I was in high school, and it just continued to morph over the years. And then when he and I got together, it was like it started to finalize.
Mhm.
She is a Native American character, and he was born on a reservation and like studies all of the stuff with his people and everything. So it was handy to have him like walking me through some of the different mythologies and stuff, because we're wanting to do a lot of that with the book. And so that was a lot of fun, but we did discover pretty quickly that we could both have an idea that was similar, and it's somehow still going two completely different directions.
Yeah.
So it is a little difficult trying to do that.
I don't know how to explain it, except maybe like it's a brainwave pattern thing where there's certain people where the brainwave is very similar. So you guys
Mhm.
can talk broken sentences and completely just understand completely. Whereas some
Yep.
people can say exactly perfect English, there's no mistake, but talking about either two different things or talking about the same thing, but it's coming out completely different. It's so frustrating. So
Yep.
just thinking so differently. I don't know how the best way. There's a psychological term, but I'm not going to go for that. But that's what it comes down to.
It's called pillow fights.
No. So I wonder, but I think maybe with you, Brock, maybe the editor, you guys think the same. You guys have the same speech pattern or something, or brainwave pattern, or
Yeah, I think it helps that he and I are both from Indiana. And we actually are members of the same fraternity. We're alumni members of Sigma Chi fraternity. So we do have that bond as well. So yeah, I can say something to my editor, that I feel is as plain and clear as day, and he'll immediately understand. And I can say it the exact same way, tone, words to, one of my artists or just another person, and they'll just be like, "Are you okay?" Or they just won't understand. And it's a back and forth roundabout beat around the bush. And, to kind of come back to your question earlier, Mel, that was probably one of the biggest hurdles, was figuring out like how to properly communicate with everybody, right? Because everybody's a little different. So especially kind of like being the founder of like the publishing company and being the writer and wanting to express my ideas to an editor, an artist, a sales guy, a retailer. I have to be able to be kind of a chameleon with people at times, it feels like, so.
Definitely agree on that.
so that means like, did you make those? Did you always draw do the script that way, where you kind of draw stick figure and then the lettering at the end, or is that a recent development thing?
Yeah, that's kind of my preferred way. It's weird. Even though I'm a writer, I think in like comic book panel images. It's just the way my brain works. And thankfully I'm not stick figures anymore. But it just kind of worked out that way, and luckily my artist understands that, and it's all legible for them. So it's all really worked out.
I'm thinking because you do it that way, we see a lot of we see a lot of writers, especially on the amateurs. They would write 3 action scenes in one panel, which is almost impossible. I'm guessing with you don't have that. You don't make those mistakes because you're drawing it out.
No, because that's part of the fun of it, is I can, as the writer, I understand, the panel structuring, how, if you want something quick, you got to use the quick little panels. You want to extend it, you use bigger or longer panels, however whatever kind of emotion or feeling you're trying to convey. And luckily, when I really started to dive into writing, got with my artist, we started to put our first book together. Matthias was actually very cool and gave us a lot of feedback. He was very much a consultant and a mentor for us, guiding us through how to learn to put books together. So he explained a lot that made a huge difference for us. And that was definitely a factor in the way that I panel and write my books. And then it comes down to, not every artist appreciates that. Some artists, that I've talked to, want to do it from the scratch of their brain, and I respect that. And so luckily my artist loves that I do it. So it's that much more brain power they can put to actually putting the piece together and not having to think about where things are in the panels. And so every artist that I talk to about potentially doing a book, I say, hey, this is my process. I have rough storyboards. Would you like them for a guide? And they say yes or no. And we go from there. So, but I always like to have them, and they always help.
Matthias, by any chance, because he's very knowledgeable, like the manga as well as the comic industry. So did he like ever recommend you like certain books to try read for you to understand better, or I'm just curious how you.
He will always point me in a right direction. Some of the earlier books one of the earliest books he pointed me towards that actually my editor who has a film production background pointed me towards also around the same time was Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics, which is a phenomenal starting point. And then every once in a while, when Josh Blaylock will do how to self-publish and create and do all those kinds of books. And so he'll make sure he gets me in touch with those books. He always makes sure if they're, Creators Assemble will do a lot of events with Nowhere. So he makes sure I'm in the loop for those. And then really what it is, he opens the door for me and says, if you want it, step through it. He will never just hand me anything, which I really, he doesn't do the whole silver platter thing. He says, here's an opportunity, capitalize or miss it. And it really helps me be the best I can in this, in all aspects, really.
Yeah. Really cool guy, really knowledgeable. I do have a question for you, Brock, from the audience.
Yeah.
I think TV says asking, what's the origin of your name, Brock?
That's great. Cool. I appreciate that question. So everyone in my family, except for my youngest brother, was all part of a fraternity or a sorority at some point. We were all Greek. And actually, my dad named me after one of his best friends in his fraternity, one of his closest brothers. And it just stuck from there. Now, when my parents were pregnant with my younger brother and they had the baby book, I went through that to see if I could figure it out. And it says Brock means badger, which was really cool because badgers are badass. And then for anyone who's like all about astrology, I'm born in the summer. I'm a July baby, so I'm a fire sign. So Typhlosion is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon because he's a fire badger.
Wait, is it Leo? Is it July Leo? I don't know.
July is Leo, and it's a fire sign.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun and ironic that my favorite Pokemon is like kind of me, or one of my favorite Pokemon is kind of me. Yeah. So, as for etymology, I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry, I don't know, but I can keep you posted.
Wow. I would say you're the first Leo guy I know as an artist. I don't know why most of my artist friends are, well, Mel is Capricorn. Trish is Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
Jin, are you Aquarius? Gemini? Yeah. Is either Gemini, Aquarius, or Capricorn?
Yeah.
January, February, March?
Winter
wow.
kids.
I tend to be a little outlier. I'm a summer baby. I love being in the spotlight and stuff like that, but I've found my creative and artistic, outlet as well. So
that's cool. You said you moved out away from Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Was that like a long time ago, or like just a recent thing?
We moved out here shortly after I turned 4, so I kind of grew up out here. I'm more of a Cali boy at heart, but I moved back with my family towards the end of college in 2016, and I lived out there for a little bit. I wanted to give it a shot, and it wasn't for me. So I moved back out here within a year, about a year later. But since then, a lot of my Midwestern traits have started to sprout as I've gotten older. So some of the twangs, some of the y'alls and yeehaws, and it's part of why I'm so loving, as grumpy as everyone is back in the Midwest because of all the bad weather they have right now.
Yeah.
They are nice people overall. They do tend to be some of the nicest people I've met in my life. So
Huh. I'm just wondering because did your mom by any chance when
For
you
the
went
record, while you figure out your question, Mog, in the Midwest right now, it's gorgeous for December. It's 26 and there's nothing falling from the sky.
oh,
So it's
you want to
gorgeous
know what
right
it's gonna you want to know what it's gonna be like in Bloomington, Indiana tomorrow morning?
What
No,
is
I'm
it?
talking about right now. Tomorrow's
Oh,
gonna suck.
yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be -8 where
What?
my family's at. Yeah, I said, sucks, mom. I'm gonna enjoy this sun extra for you. That's what I
Oh,
told her on the phone today.
by Sunday. I am so pissed.
You know,
We're gonna
today weather over here was 83 degrees.
Where are you at?
me
LA.
LA. Where are you, Trish?
Baltimore. Good old
Baltimore.
Good old Maryland. It's I'm going to the eastern shore of Maryland tomorrow. And so it might be maybe 10 degrees warmer down there, I guess, but they're calling for snow on Sunday, so it'll be a fun drive back for sure.
Oh, that'll be fun. Jen, where are you at?
I'm in Tennessee, and it's currently getting down to the 20s tonight, and then it's going to be in the 60s later.
Oh, it's not
20s,
terrible.
then the 60s, whiplash.
I know we don't
Yeah.
have seasons here; we just have cold and flu.
You have pneumonia.
we just have sun for the most part.
Yeah, as
You
the only
West
one who really
Coasties.
lives where there's full seasons, Detroit kind
Killing
of sucks right now.
I mean, I could drive a couple hours north and find snow right about now.
Well, I'm going to enjoy well, you know what? I'm complaining about it now, but come summertime I'll be like, remember when I said that I didn't like snow or cold? I wish it was
Yeah,
I do that every year.
Baltimore is one of those places that like it stays humid longer than other places I've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And so summer is rough.
Yes.
But like again, I'm here in Detroit and it's like, okay, it's 26 and there's nothing falling from the sky right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're winning
Give
for
it
the
5
month.
minutes. Like it'll be
That's
4
why
and it'll be a blizzard.
that's why I left Indiana. Is I didn't need to be somewhere that had bipolar weather. I was okay with not having that personally.
That's how Maryland is in the spring and in the fall. It's bipolar outside. And then but like we get summer, we have winter for sure. Those are constants. But the spring and the fall are either, it's either icy in the morning or 90 degrees in the afternoon. It goes bananas.
No, thank you.
We love it here.
No, thank you. I came back to San Diego for a reason. Well, many reasons, but one big one.
I love San Diego's weather. Isn't it like 70 degrees there basically all year? You guys are crazy.
More or less. I
Never
mean, we
moved.
got down to the chilling, mid 60s today.
Oh, balmy. Or
Yeah.
chilly. Balmy for us.
Yeah.
Chilly for you.
Super cold. 60s.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like,
what we get to.
Put on a windbreaker. Holy crap. It's cold.
Yeah, I work from 6 a.m. My day job, I work 6 a.m. to 2:30, so I'm usually up around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And the coldest it's been was like probably about 35, and I was like, I'll put on a heavy jacket. I'm cold. And then I was telling my little brother about it. He lives in Connecticut, and he's like, dude, that's like shorts and t-shirt weather out here.
Oh,
What's your day job?
I mean, look.
I'm a chef in a private kitchen.
Oh, damn.
He said that before. That's why he was telling you with the tomahawk, he would sear it and then he'll put it in a low heat in an oven.
Forgive me, I'm getting old.
No, I think
You're okay.
I gotta.
Oh, The seasonal affective disorder also is very real out here, for sure. When we get to winter and that sun goes down, especially being a summer baby, I thrive off that sun being up till 9 p.m.
That's the
Well,
part I miss the most.
I'm originally from Hawaii, so I feel you. I'm the same way. Right now, when the sun goes down and it's like freaking 4:30, I freaking hate it.
I shut down. Like,
Yeah, that's
I
the
feel like
oh
a parent.
man.
yeah.
Like, oh, it's getting dark outside. Time to go night night.
Oh my God.
See,
I get
Yeah.
up when the sun gets up, and then when the sun goes down, I don't, going down early just cuts down on my daytime hours.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, it
Do you wake up
really
early?
messes with the
Really does.
whole 24 hours in a day thing,
Your
Oh, man, that
circadian
would
rhythm
suck.
gets all
No,
screwed
but
up.
I know for a job you have to wake up early, but
Yeah.
do you naturally wake up early?
Say
Well, I
that
mean,
one more
I
time.
get up early for my day job. I gotta get up
If
at
you didn't have to go to work, would you still get up early?
no.
I'd probably get up like on the weekends I usually get up around like anywhere between 7 and 9 a.m. So
Okay.
probably
Absolutely not.
I think I'd like to think I'd probably be up regularly by like 9 if I didn't work as early as I do.
Yeah, I tend to be an early riser.
I'm progressing on my leaves.
If I go to bed late, I tend not to get enough sleep because the sun comes up, and that's when I tend to get up as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I try and utilize that 20, and if I think the biggest reason I'd still get up early is because it goes back to you got your 24 hours in a day. How are you going to utilize it? So right now I'm trying to fight that early sunset into being productive still.
Mm-mm. I'm basically a parent.
Rick
It starts
Peace
getting
is
dark.
on
I'm
there.
like,
I talked to him the other night, so he knew that I was up at 1 o'clock. But that's usually about the time that I do go to bed.
Mhm.
It's kind of like I'm trying to like wind down, and
Pieces. Totally.
what?
He's what's the word?
Calling me out?
Yeah, calling you out.
Yeah. But I'm also admitting that's about the time when I do go to bed. I don't go to bed like super early, but I still get up early.
You know, Rupees would be a really good friend to have for me, because he would report everything that Mel did in a time order. Hey, Mel was up 4 a.m, blah blah. I was like, oh shit, really?
well, I can't have a normal sleep schedule because of my coworker. He runs my schedule too tight. So I end up staying up until like 3 or 4 in the morning and then having to go to sleep for like 3 hours and then wake up and do my day job stuff and then try not to die while I finish the next couple of pages. So
Holy crap.
So you live on the con schedule is what it sounds like.
yeah, it's pretty much it's pretty rough for like 2 weeks out of every month. So that's why I don't do as many shows, like because I have to make the book. So
Yeah.
but like I have 2 weeks to really do my part. Like
Mhm.
20 pages, 24 pages, however many it is, and give it my best and send it off to colors. And then when it comes back from colors, I have to go through all the panels again and make sure the colors are consistent. Tony goes through, we both kind of do a big final pass on everything, and then off to the printer she goes. But 2 weeks out of every month for me is like, well, I like sleep. It's not necessary. It's optional sleep.
It's a suggestion.
Yeah. Maybe
my
I
God.
sleep, maybe I make a book this month,
All right, we got 8:25 right now. Let's go around the room and take a look at what everybody's having, review where the bids are at. Jen's got her first piece up there with trying to remember this right. This is Cami, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's Cami. And then the other piece you have is Robin.
Yes, and I'll be working on that one here in just a few minutes.
What's that?
I said I'll be working on her here in just a few minutes.
Okay, can we show that? Because we got somebody that's trying to place a bid. There you go. That's Robin right there.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, Lieutenant, we need to know which piece you're bidding on from Jin so we can update the paperwork.
Right, and that was going out to the lieutenant. And here is Trish's Kirby.
Tiger.
That's
Coming along. I'm gonna go
awesome.
do a number on these leaves here.
And the lieutenant has placed a bid on that, so you have the opening bid on that, Trish.
Oh, nice.
So cute. Oh, Trish.
Add his little. Gotta add
I
like
love
some
your-
of the lines from the Hun Moon in the background. That'll be what'll be there, probably.
Oh, okay.
Once I get to it. Once I get to that part. But I'm trying to do a number on these leaves. I never know when to stop.
Okay. And then
Oh,
she does have some line work down here this time, so you can get a better idea like where this is going.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think to do it closer.
Now we
though.
see her.
Okay, yeah, now you can see her.
Your line work is always so good.
Just as a small producerial point, Mog, can we start working with shirts on?
Oh, the shirt is on.
Didn't look like it in the line work.
No, that's like armor. You got to look at it closer. It's more in the middle and lower. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Jacket.
Yeah, the shirt is on.
It's not what you think. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, it's light and it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay, so Kyle, if you can put that ticker up on there, we can see where that bid was at. There we go. Okay, so Jen has a bid on the Cami for 85, and the Robin does not have a bid on it yet, Lieutenant.
Okay, Brock. Brock, who wins in a fight? Gary, Indiana, or Eugene, Oregon?
I don't feel like I have enough knowledge to answer that question accurately or confidently.
Well, for me, it would be Eugene, just because it's on the West Coast of the
Can't hear.
I mean, here's the thing is
Man.
all they have to do in the Midwest is drink and sports, and that's about it. And so I don't know who would genuinely win in that fight, but I know they're all like deep down really big and scary and can mess you up if they really wanted to. I'd pay money to see the fight. I can say that much confidently.
Gary, Indiana is where they manufacture the color gray. Okay.
Oh, is that why it's called gray?
Everything in Gary, Indiana is gray. The sun is gray in Gary, Indiana.
Oh, that's
So
not
they
bad.
have less emotions than anyone else, so they might win. They don't
Really?
feel anything.
Indiana people don't. Oh my God.
Gary, Indiana was the birthplace of sadness until Cleveland got a football team.
Wait, are you guys mostly German descendant? Is that why?
No, it's just because if you ever drive by Gary, Indiana, it's just smog all the time because it's all factories.
It's like, yeah, it's gross. It's kind of disgusting.
Also,
Oh,
yeah, it's where
man.
Michael Jackson was from.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah, Gary, Indiana.
Oh God.
He sings that in his song. I'm going back to Gary, Indiana.
Okay, what about the guy who sang House of the Rising Sun?
From the
That was
animals?
Steve Burton. He was from England.
He's from England?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Learn something new, Mark. There you go. Okay, so the lieutenant places a $95 bid on Cami.
Thank you. She is done.
And he's making a run on it
Wonderful.
on Cami.
Oh, that's
and
gorgeous.
the derpy.
Is
Yes.
that after?
Nice.
Is there
Background
after?
looks
Still
good.
on, too. Derpy's almost done.
Jen, her hair is so beautiful in that picture.
Yeah, I agree with Rob. The
Yeah.
hair.
Jen always does good hair
Yeah.
There's something to be said about it.
and good lips.
You know, I'm wondering, Trish, do you like drawing horses? I hate drawing horses. Freaking hate
The only horses I've drawn, at least not recently, were My Little Pony, and they're not even real horses. You know what I mean? They're not.
Okay.
They just
Yeah.
look like little dogs. But yes,
Yeah,
I did.
no,
When I was a kid, I used to draw like unicorns and stuff all the time.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Marge says that she hates drawing horses, but
Freaking hate it.
yet her horses are not bad.
But they're probably really good, you know, because technically you're paying attention to it.
Yes.
You're like, God, I really hate this part, but then you're like, then you nail it, and you're like,
Yeah. all the muscle, the veins sticking out of the neck. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like when she was on Game of Thrones. She didn't want to draw ships, and then they asked her to draw a ship, and then and she hated
and
it.
now suddenly all you
And
draw
she
is
ended up
ships.
drawing ships for that whole act.
You're the ship guy.
Worth of chips.
I wish my life was a different story where I draw what I like and I can make money off of it. You know. But
I lucked into being able to draw animals. I'm telling you. I just right place, right time that, you know.
Stevie B is asking does the snowman make it count as a two-piece character?
of course, Stevie, how dare you?
That all depends. Okay, if you can say that the snowman is alive.
Oh my god.
He looks
Because
pretty
if
alive to
it's
me.
not alive, then it's not a character.
Well, his cheek is turning red where she's kissing him, so I guess that can insinuate he's alive.
Yeah. She's bringing him to life, you know.
Thank you, Stevie B. Stevie B places a bid on Cammy for 85, and he opens that up.
And I think there's no, Cammy is
I mean,
95.
on 85 on Robin. I'm
85
sorry.
is Robin.
There we go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Actually, she did want to draw dragons, and that's why she got onto.
Actually,
Game of
Rupert
Thrones.
is right. I didn't want to draw dragons, and thank God they didn't. But they did make me draw dragons the first couple times, and they never asked for it again because it was so bad.
Yeah, but the thing is that she was asking me, man, I wish I could get on it. This is before they even announced that they were going to have Game of Thrones, and she's telling me, I wish they would do a Game of Thrones series so I could get on it. And I could have swore you said, so I can draw dragons.
No, I don't know.
Because why else would you want to do Game of Thrones? It's got to be the dragons, right?
No, it's not. Did you read the book?
Yeah, I did. You made me read it. Do you not remember?
My favorite character was the gosh,
She kept begging me
It was
to read
either-
the book,
it's Arya Stark.
and I didn't want to read it. I kept telling her
Tyrion.
no.
Tyrion was my favorite character. Tyrion.
Braun was always my favorite.
Oh, Braun, man, such a sad character. Braun.
I know. Did you know that in spoilers for anyone who hasn't read or seen it, but in the last season, when they finally go to King's Landing and Braun takes the kid, you know, his like apprentice, and they leave.
Yeah.
So if you've read the books, that never happens. They stay for the meeting. But the dude that plays Braun and the dude that played Cersei were dating earlier on in the show in real life, and they broke up.
Kidding.
Yeah, and so in their contract, they were contractually not allowed to be on scene together for like X amount, and so it was like they walk up and then they leave. Yeah, like, so that's why Braun and Cersei in the show never cross paths, even though they do all the time in the books.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe not all the time, but
not. But there's some scenes in the book because I read the books. So, but yeah, interesting. Wow,
I think you should put her down.
interesting. That's awkward.
right?
Very awkward.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a bid on Robin now. Thanks, Lieutenant. And move that up to 95 on that.
Thank you.
CVB wrote 5 more minutes standing on that page, and the dog gets co-creator credit. Yep, he's got his paw prints on there, that's for sure. That dog's name is Daisy. It is a dog that we're dog sitting for a friend of ours, who's an editor for Webtoons, and she's out traveling the world right now. So we're just going to wish her safe travels. She's on her way to Japan, and then she's going to Taiwan, and she's going to go back to Hawaii. That's her home place. And then she'll be back here January 8th. So we have this dog until January 8th.
Wow.
Hey, Jim, wasn't it you who
I was gonna
said
say, I
that-
thought you guys didn't have a dog, or I didn't know if you guys had a dog or not, honestly. But
Yeah, we don't have a dog.
I was like, "Oh, you have a dog?"
Yeah.
Hey, didn't you say once in the show, Jim, that you had a dog before, like it's like a sheepdog, and if he had a choice, if he could, he would like crawl up your ass and live there.
Huh?
Was it you?
What?
I know somebody said that.
Clip that.
That sounded like it was out of left field again.
Oh, maybe it was somebody else. Oh, maybe it was the other lady. Do you remember oh, sorry, Jen. Because there was this, it gets all blurred, but there was this lady in one of the shows who said that they had a dog. And that dog was such a clingy dog. If that dog had a choice, he would crawl up her ass and live in there. But,
Okay, moving
Yeah.
on.
That's definitely going to be the social media clip next week to promote the show.
oh, really? Oh, my God. I think I know who she is. I think she's the lady who did the Okay,
The
let's not
one-
talk about it.
I got a clingy bird, but
Clingy bird. Oh, you have a clingy bird?
Yep.
She's super clingy?
very much. I had to put him in the other room for the show, otherwise he'd drive you guys crazy.
Any pets, Brock?
I don't have any personally. My roommate has a dog. It's a terrier mix named Sadie, and she's super derpy. She does. So she's got like a nerve disorder, right? So she leans a lot because of like some of the terrier traits, right? But she reminds me of two things. And the first is like, do you remember those string puppets where you'd like squeeze the base and they'd like wobble around kind of?
No.
So
And they
she's
fall
kind of
over,
like,
they're like a little puppet.
yeah, exactly. So she's kind of like that. But then she also reminds me of an AT-AT from Star Wars, specifically Empire Strikes Back on Hoth when they take them down and they fall face forward. And the reason is she will be literally like running around Zoom in the yard and she will just decide to like face plant like one of those in Empire. And then she just gets up and runs around and it's hilarious. But
That's kind of
she's a
sad.
goofy dog. She's like a cartoon character brought to life.
Okay. It's cute, but sad.
She's okay. She's the most adorable thing. Yeah, I love her so much. But
I have
If I-
Cloud, the American Eskimo dog, but he is currently away at boarding because I'm going out of town tomorrow. So sad times. He is
Sad
also
times.
very clingy.
That's why we
Oh.
don't have a pet,
You're clingy.
because we go around, we travel too much.
Yeah. As for rook piece, 18 by 24, it really depends on how much detail. So we'll discuss that later, you know. But it depends on how much work you want me to put in it. That's what it comes down to.
All right. Any other questions? This dog is nipping at me because I'm eating beef jerky and she wants
Because
some.
you have food.
I was gonna say, you probably got food on him somewhere.
It probably wouldn't happen so often if I would just stop feeding her. But she has this cute face. It's hard to resist.
Yeah, there's something about dogs that just like triggers this mother instinct out of whatever gender, it doesn't matter, and like you just want to feed it, like, oh, here, have some more. You know, we're not supposed to feed the dog. But
I get cuteness aggression when Cloud comes up to me and he like makes that face and he's just like, oh, give me whatever you got, and I just want to like,
I know, and you feel so guilty eating and enjoying, and they're just staring at you like.
It's like this face that they give you. That's Sadie.
What a baby.
That's like exactly like this dog looking. It looks like, oh,
It's that face, right?
Yeah, so how about you? You're a chef. Can you resist? Like this thing is, you're eating a meal and this thing is just staring at you. Do you feel guilty?
No, and the reason is so when you're a chef, you either are a chef that cooks all the time, or you don't. Oh my gosh, look at Cloud.
That's the face I get.
Oh
I had to zoom in on it because he's like,
oh, yeah, I
he's
can't.
like, please. I've never eaten anything in my entire life, even though he gets the best food ever.
Even though he like just ate a big old bowl of food, he's like, please, sir, can I have some more?
Please.
This is just a fun one of Sadie I took the other day in the yard. She was just rolling around.
Is that like
Wow.
mid-face
Yeah, right after faceplant, actually.
That's so cute.
She face planted, lost her ball, and then was reaching for it. Is
Oh.
what happened there. But yeah, no, I'm honestly one of those cooks. I don't like cooking for myself. As silly as that sounds, I'd rather cook for other people and do like a bigger batch. So for myself, when I'm at home, I keep it simple to like sandwiches and easy to make stuff. And if I go all out, I might throw her like a snack, like a little slice, but it's pretty easy. I have other roommates that feed her instead, scraps and stuff. So she goes and bugs them instead.
If I'm cooking a tomahawk steak, there's no way I'm going to share that.
One of our old roommates had a golden retriever that lived with us for a little bit, and she was just like this literal log of a dog. And you might get mad at me for this once you hear this, Mel, with how you love tomahawks. But my other roommate had brought home Wagyu. It was like American Wagyu, so it wasn't like Wagyu, right? But it was Wagyu. And Shayla, the golden retriever, came waddling into the kitchen, and she just goes and gives that look. And I like just sliced off a little, like a small piece. And I looked at her, and I looked at my roommates, and I just went, and I threw her a piece of Wagyu. I mean, I wasn't going to deny that face some of the best meat she's ever going to eat,
That's
So-
so
What did your
sweet.
roommate say that came off of your side of the meat?
Exactly. One roommate was like, "Did you really just feed the dog Wagyu?" And like my other roommate who's owned the dog thought it was hilarious. It was a good mix of fun emotions.
Oh,
But
I would probably turn inside out if he had anything that good. But like he eats a raw, I go all out for my dog. He gets a raw diet. He gets the best food, and this dog eats like a king. And then he's got the nerve while I'm eating my, paltry little chicken salad that I've made for myself. He comes over and he's like, "Oh my God, that's the most amazing chicken salad I've ever seen in my life." And he's begging me for my little salad after he's eaten, the most amazing food he's ever had. It just goes to show you, they don't care. They just want what you have.
But dogs are good luck. They actually bring, they're so positive. So they say if you have a dog in your house, it brings good fortune. So you might know Henri, I don't know, but he has a dog. And when we were visiting his house, I think we got king crab
Oh yeah,
or lobster. It was king crabs.
king crab.
We paid them a lot, and then we bought a bunch of king crabs, and we were cracking the shell and eating it. And then Andre at least asked us, "Is it okay if I give my dog some crab?" And then Mel said, "Okay."
But that's coming off of your side.
But he
But
said,
that's coming out of your claw, not my claw.
"Yeah."
Oh, that's so pretty. Both of those are incredible.
Yes.
And
Okay.
Lieutenant right now has that at 100.
Yep. I'm
If
gonna
anyone
add.
dares bid, we can take the next bid on that for 105.
Gonna add
These
some
pieces all have bids on
embellishments
them.
to the flowers here with some paint pens.
Oh no, it's not king crab. What's the best crab? Is it the snow crab?
King crab.
The Dungeness snow crab.
Well, yeah,
So
Dungeness.
one of my friends out here is a fisherman in Oceanside, and he started a pop-up fisherman's market every Sunday.
Yeah.
And they sell everything that they caught that morning. And so when lobster season came around, it was my first time having like fresh out of the ocean. Like this changed my world on seafood, man. It was insanity.
So
But
do you
oh,
you like snow crab better than king crab?
I am just happy to have food. Personally, I grew up as a wrestler, so I grew up not eating a lot. So I'm just happy to eat.
Okay. My preference is I do like king crab over snow crab, and I do like lobster over snow crab. But I love all that stuff still. No, blue crab is my favorite. Okay, as far as like crabs.
I've never had blue crab.
However, right, I'm used to big blue crab, and what you mainly get
So
now
ours
are
are teeny
little
weeny over here
small guys.
in comparison.
There's just not enough meat on them for me. I gotta have big chunks of it, and I'm just not getting it.
Maryland
When we were
blue
in
crabs are
Baltimore,
teeniest.
I did order blue crab over there, and it
Yeah.
was good, but
It wasn't. It was
it's
bad.
not what I'm used to.
It was
And
bad to me.
I don't think it was bad,
It was
but
dry and small.
it just wasn't what I was used to getting before. And that was a long time ago. But anyway,
Never had blue crab. I'd like to try it sometime.
a sweet, moist crab. Very good.
Okay.
Hard to get here on the West Coast.
Blue crab is
when they
good
do
to
have
eat
it,
with
they're
your buddies
really
over like a
smaller.
beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the Hawaiians and the Koreans, what we like to do with blue crab because they're small, we make poke out of it. So you marinate the water.
Ooh.
The soy marinated crab.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, you eat them? Trish?
I have not been brave enough to try because it's like, isn't it raw crab? Like,
Yeah.
but I know the soy like does something to it, to make it not like kill you. Soft crab is about as easy or as good with that as I can get.
Yeah, well, soft shell crab is you're getting the crab when it's changing shells.
Yep.
Right? So you're kind of like taking it.
That's crazy.
I'm like, sorry, tiny
And
child.
then
Crab.
just cutting it up and sauteing it and marinating it like
Ooh.
and then eating it. It's very
Ooh.
good.
It's so
That
good.
sounds so good. You're making my mouth water.
We just love
Yeah, 5
food
minutes
here.
left. If you want to place any more bids, go ahead and do so now. Now's a good time. The Derpy has $100 from the lieutenant. Cammy has $95 from the lieutenant so far. And the Xenoscope Robin, it also has 95, all from the lieutenant. So if you want to go ahead and place a bid, go ahead and do so in the comments. Now, next week on SketchUp, we have another art jam coming up to close out the year. And we have Drew Moss, Luco Smith, and Justin Hunt returning for this. Now, Justin missed the first one we had last week. He had a mix-up in schedule, so he's coming back next week to make up for that. So we'll be happy to have all of them and catch up with them, see what's going on. And I'm still hoping that I can have this VOA card special, which will be on January 8th, where we will have several artists drawing on VOA cards. I think that will be an exciting episode. So hopefully you guys will come out and join us for that. So what is the best way, Brock, that people can come and get to you, your books, and find out what else you got going on?
Yeah, the best way would be to follow either the company or myself on Instagram. I'm always posting updates and things like that on there. So the company Instagram, you can see that handle in my title. It's at Bad Bunker Books. And my personal one, and I can drop this in the chat for you guys, is just at Wordsmith1519. That's my direct one. And then we have badbunker.com where you can see more about like the rest of my team and what we're about and things like that. So, but if you're interested in getting a book, you can check out Nowhere Games and Comics, Comic Stronghold, San Marcos and Oceanside, respectively. And then, yeah, feel free to reach out to me if you want to get a book.
Fantastic. And Trish, how about you?
I'm at Trish Forstner on all social media, X, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok, you name it. You can find me there. And yeah, I mean, Ocean City Comic Con this weekend. That'll be my last show of the year. I won't be at another show again until April of next year. So taking it slow going into the new year.
Okay. How about you, Jen?
Any of the socials, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And I also keep things updated on my website as often as possible. And that link is also on the socials.
There you go. And for Mom, well, you know where to find her. Just look for her name on, just type that into the internet and she'll pop up all over the place on all the social medias that she is on. All right. Once again, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Great show. Love having you guys all here. And I hope everybody has a happy holidays. And we'll definitely have everybody be back again on the show sometime in the future. Right. So wishing you all a happy Merry Christmas and New Year. Good night. Thank you all.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Happy holidays.